EV Crew, we've got a bit of a picture of what it means and what it does. How can it work with councils? How can it help councils?
So we've helped quite a number of councils over the last number of years with lots of different ways to help them. Sometimes it's just support with key messaging on what they should think about saying and when they should say it, to manage public expectations of community involvement and disaster recovery. And there is a heightened expectation these days that people want to get out and do things, and you know, with social media platforms they have an instant voice and how that can happen. So we want to support councils to enable an effective recovery or even response, including community in that journey, and it's about timely, consistent comms out there, so we can help them with that, but also we can help become their buffer. So if it looks like there's a disaster coming your way, you can say anyone who's interested in helping, come to us. And that means their phone lines are not being clogged up by people saying, do you want a cupcake, or I want to go here, where do you want me to go? We're managing that influx of offers of assistance for them, which allows them to focus on their real need on the ground. And then when they know what those needs are, they can come back to us and say, okay, we're going to need a certain amount of volunteers to do this type of activity. And that's quite far ranging. And we've had very small scale groups of 4 or 5, maybe 3 or 4 in some areas, or they want specific skill sets, and it's very sensitively managed. And then we've had large scale, thousands of people just doing general stuff that's coordinated as well.
So that's really important for a lot of councils, that it's not just about saying no, it's not about saying no, not now, but it's about having this pool or ready reserve of people that you're developing for them.
Yeah, and we can engage any kind of key messaging out to them on behalf of council, and council may not want to do that, and that's okay. There might not be a need, and it should be based on that local need. And what we try to do is match local people to local activity. And an example of that even was just a couple of weeks ago. We were asked to help with extra sandbagging before a disaster happened, and that's something the council and the SAS do really well, but with really kind of crappy conditions out there, and they needed just a few extra bodies in different locations to help with that. And you don't need years of training to fill a sandbag. You can be taught in 15 minutes maximum how to do that. So we were able to go to our registered volunteers, and I was able to actually match someone in the same street as where that was taking place and say, look, actually there's some stuff going on, he's still interested, and he said, yeah, I'm going to come, and I'm going to bring my 16-year-old son and tell him to go off the couch and come and do it too.
That's about as local as you can get, really.
Yeah.